it's your girl Jasmine and I'm back for another video. So today I'm going to be starting off my school series, like my college and high school based series. So like this series is going to include like I'm going to tell you guys about a lot of different things, high school related and college related. So today I wanted to start it off with high school and I wanted to progress up. So I want to start with today telling you guys about my experience with graduating early. So graduating early means pretty much what I just said, graduating early. So instead of spending 4 years in high school, I only spent 3 years in high school and now I'm in college. I'm a 17-year-old in college. Yes, it's possible. So if you guys want to know more information on what it was like for me and what my experience was, and I'm going to give you guys some pros and some cons and some tips and just overall giving you my perspective of if you should or should not do it, then keep on watching. So make sure you guys subscribe to my channel so you guys can see all the other videos that I have coming up in this type of series. So I'm super excited to talk to you guys about school because this is exactly what I wanted my channel to be based around, is school life and just what you guys need to do. So if this is what you want to see, keep watching and I will see you guys in the next clip. Should I go this way? In the next clip. Okay, so I didn't really I tried to write down pros and cons, but I really couldn't make a definite list. So I figured I would just kind of just go off of what I remember and everything I experienced, and then I could make pros and cons from there. So I chose to graduate early the summer before my junior year was supposed to start, and so I decided that I wanted to graduate early. My family was kind of wanting to move to North Carolina, so I was like, oh man, my parents gonna move, so I'm gonna spend my senior year somewhere else, and so I didn't want to spend my senior year in a whole new state. So I went and I decided I wanted to graduate early. So when I went to my school, I was just I went to my school and they told me could I not. They told me I could, so they kind of got my schedule together. I would say make sure that your school is organized enough to handle it, and you're gonna really have to be on your school if you're gonna decide to do it, because your school can genuinely mess you up. Because my school almost messed me up. I love my guidance counselor that I had, Miss Robinson. I loved her, but the people around her and the other people, they kind of were messing it up for me, and it was really just really messed up. And I was also taking dual enrollment classes, so I was taking classes at my community college as well as taking classes in my high school, because I was pretty much done with my high school classes. That's why I was able to graduate early, because I was already senior credit level already. So I already had senior credits, and I could have, so that's why I was okay to graduate, because I had already had the amount of credits I needed to be a senior anyways. So I was able to take college classes and get some of my AA degree, my first year of college, pretty much done. So I'll explain that a little bit more in another video, maybe even in this video, but I don't want to shed light on too much to make this video too long. You see me rambling already, so I don't want to make this video way too long. So I went to my school, I told them what to do, they told me that they could do it, so we got things in order. I had to get the classes that I hadn't took that were required for high school done at the same time as trying to take those classes, but I was taking those classes as well. So with dual enrollment, how dual enrollment works, let me explain it better. How dual enrollment works is the classes that you take there can also be labeled as high school credit. When you pass it, it gives you high school credit and college credit. So the classes that I was supposed to take my senior year, instead of taking them in a high school level, I took them in a college level. So I got the high school credit while also getting my college credit. I couldn't be in my school's early college program, which I highly recommend for all high school students. If your school offers it, take it. I don't really recommend AP classes, because AP classes, it's kind of bullshit. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm very blunt, as y'all know me. Very blunt. It's bullshit. I'm sorry. AP classes are real bullshit, because you spend all this time in this class to may or may not pass this test. And if you don't pass this test, you don't get the college credit, and then you pretty much wasted your whole time working hard to just get not what you were wanting. And AP tests are not easy. So I had took AP classes when I was in 9th grade. I took an AP class and I didn't pass my AP test, but I worked my ass off in the class. I bought this expensive study book that was like $60 and I studied my ass off and I still didn't pass. So it's just kind of bullshit. You can take classes at your community college and you're doing the same amount of work, and they're both college level classes, and one is a guaranteed credit while the other isn't. So I definitely recommend dual enrollment in early college programs over AP all day long. But that's to you. If you succeed and AP classes continue to do you, but personally, I do not recommend AP classes. So I got my college classes in order. So I took classes online in my community college. I didn't take classes at the school, and I took classes at my actual high school. So how my school worked, it was an A-day, B-day schedule. So A-days, I didn't have any classes, so I didn't go to school on A-days, and I went to school on B-days. I took my high school classes on B-days, and I worked on my college classes on my days when I didn't have to actually go to school. So that was a pro and a con. Pro was I don't get to be in school that much. But it ended up being a con for me because like I was barely in school. So like my friends that I was friends with from before, I wasn't close with them anymore because I was barely in school. So like when I didn't have school, I would go and then take myself home. Like I was barely at school, so I wasn't around as much to still be close with people. So I wasn't really making those genuine connections. So when I was at school, it was just like I was barely in school. I really was. I was just barely in school, so I wasn't really connecting with people as much anymore. So I kind of lost my friends, and so that's what kind of led me to my college selection, which I'm gonna talk about in a separate video. So I got to go to school probably like 2 to 3 days out of the week. On an A week, I only went to school 2 days out of the week, and then on a B week, I went 3 days out of the week. And I was taking bullshit classes. I took pre-cal in electives, pretty much. I took Spanish because I had to get Spanish out the way to graduate. I had to take pre-cal to graduate, and then I took 2 electives just to fill up my day because I had to take 4 classes. So I was an aide. I was a student aide, and so I worked in the guidance counselor's office with Miss Robinson. We pretty much just sat in her room and did stuff for her, and then just hung around, talked shit, gossiped. That was the fun things that I did. So I did that. So overall, I'm trying to think of what I want to tell you guys because I really don't feel like I have a structure in this video. So some questions that people were asking me is, did you like graduating early? Okay, so the question was, did I like graduating early? Yes and no. Well, now it's a yes. I was so back and forth for a while, if that makes sense. So at first I'm hyped. I'm like, haha, are y'all gonna still be in high school? I'm gonna be out, ha ha ha. So I'm hyped when I first decided to do it, and then I was actually doing it, and I'm like, this college stuff is hard. Doing scholarship applications not easy. Like, there's so many you're supposed to find, and like when they tell you money's everywhere, there's money everywhere. They're just giving it away. No, the fuck they not. There is not money everywhere. I'm gonna start with that. There is not money everywhere. Scholarships are not easy to get. Let somebody lie to you if they want to. Scholarships are not easy to get. Most of them are not easy to get. The ones with the good money, they're not easy to get. And everybody's going for them. You gotta have this big ass sob story. And then when you even have a big ass sob story, the shit still don't work. So it's very hard to get a scholarship. You wanna know how many scholarships I got? You wanna know? One. I think I got like a merit-based scholarship for my school, which only lasts this year, and I pay out-of-state tuition. Scholarships are not everywhere. You need to work your ass off and apply for as many as possible, and you better hope you get 2. And you gotta be on it with your ACTs and your SATs. That was another thing. That was a con about graduating early. So I would definitely, because I was behind on taking my ACT and SAT, I started taking them like as soon as I decided. If I would have took the ACT like my sophomore year and been working towards it then, I would have been good because I would have had so many tries that I would have had done already. So I could have gotten an even better score. I think the highest I got was like a 23 on the ACT, and I did horrible on the SAT. Sorry, my lashes. The SAT was very hard for me, ACT was very hard, but ACT was a better test for me. Everybody's different, but I definitely favored the ACT, and so that's what I worked hard for. And so, yeah, so definitely when you decide to do it, work your ass off on ACT, SAT, and make sure your GPA ain't fucked. Don't be deciding to graduate early with a fucked up GPA. I had a 3.85 when I graduated, and I had a 3.85. I had a 3.75 when I decided I wanted to graduate early, and I ended up with a 3.85. I worked my ass off. And you can't be going in there just, because I want to get out of school. No, bitch, you gotta really be working your ass off. You gotta really make that decision because you want to go fast, a little bit faster in life. You know, I made that decision because I didn't want to spend my years somewhere else, but it was really a good decision in the end because, you know, I think it was time for me to leave home. I think it was definitely time for me to leave home. Being here now, like, I don't think I could have made it another year living with my parents. I would probably shot myself in the face. Like, I would just, like, I don't think I could do it. I think it was the right time for me to get out and leave and, you know, get my space, get my time, you know what I mean? And so, but I do feel like me making that decision also kind of really affected where I decided to go in school-wise. When I decided to go off to school, when I decided to graduate early, I didn't have very many friends. Like, female friends, no. I have my best friend, Naria, it's the one from my prom vlog and my graduation vlog, and that's it. Like, she was my best female friend, and like I was never close with anybody else besides her all high school. Like, I wasn't close with anybody else, and Naria didn't even go to school with me. She went to a different school, so I was in high school with a bunch of acquaintances. So I'm like, I have no ties here. And she's younger than me. She's a junior now. She was a sophomore back then. So I'm like, she's not going to college anytime soon. I have no ties to anybody here besides my family, and my family's deciding they want to move. So I'm like, I have no ties here. I might as well just go where my family's going to go. And so I decided to go to A&T. And I made that decision because I thought, oh, A&T will be good for me. And I visited and I loved A&T, but now I want to leave. So it's all about what you make it. I don't think A&T is a horrible school, but I'll get into that in my next video. I'm not gonna rant. I'm working on it. So I would definitely say make your decision wisely, because making that decision to graduate early is a big decision depending on your age. I was 16 years old making these decisions. I was 16 years old. And I may be 17 now, and I'm about to be 18, and you know, like, I was 16 making huge life decisions that worked for me in the end, but could have really been pure shit, you know what I mean? So definitely sit down with your parents, genuinely decide if this is something you genuinely want to do, because it's not a cakewalk. Like, you have to mature very fast. Like, I've always been a mature person, but like, I really got slapped in the face with the real world very quickly. Like, it ain't a joke, you know what I mean? And the real world is not a joke. This college life ain't a joke. So you have to really be prepared if you decide to do it. Don't do it because you're just ready to get out your mama's house. Like, I promise you, it's not always up to you. Like, you gotta really want to do it, you know what I mean? But I would definitely recommend graduating early if you're at that mature state in your life and you just feel like you don't need to be there for another year, and you already got your senior credits done and you can just leave now. Do it if you feel like you can really excel a year early. If you want to, stay home, but that year is different. It doesn't make that huge of a difference, but life-wise it does. Because me, I feel like if I would have stayed in high school for another year, I think I wouldn't be out of state. I don't think I would. I really don't think I would. And I think if I would have met the people that I met before I graduated, I wouldn't have went, like, way earlier in the year, I wouldn't have went out of state either. By the time I made my decision on where I was going, like, I had no friends. When I was making those decisions, I had no friends. So I was like, man, fuck Florida. Like, I don't want to be here. Like, I have no friends here. I want a new start. I want to make a bunch of friends somewhere else. And then it started, once I had finally made my decision, like, I finally met all these great friends, and I was thinking, okay, I have all these great friends now that all live in Tallahassee. They go to FSU and FAMU, and they're having this great time. I have my boyfriend, which I know that sounds bad. I promise you, I'm not trying to go anywhere to follow him. I don't even like him like that. Like, I really don't. I don't. But I've met so many great people. I met my boyfriend. I met me and Anthony been together, what, 8 months now? We've been together a while. And I met my great friends like Tawanda, and I made connections with a lot of people, and I've been making connections with people even now that I'm graduated and left. And like, it's just, I wish that I wouldn't have made that decision to come here, because I made so many connections with people and it was too late. And so now I gotta rectify it and try and go back. And no one ever wants to make the wrong decision and have to go back, because it's just too much work. I got too much money I gotta spend now to go and change my mind. And it's just crazy. So, graduating early, pros. You get to get out your mama house early. I'm gonna say that's a pro. Either way, it's a pro. You get to get out your mama house early. Senior year is a great experience. I loved it. I didn't get to go to Grad Bash, which I'm really upset with myself about. I decided not to go, which was very stupid of me. But I should have went, but I wish I would have went. But I didn't go to Grad Bash. But I did do prom, as y'all guys saw. Graduation was a great day. Like, that was just great. You guys saw that. I had a great time. And when it was finally ending, I had an amazing time. I made connections with so many people. And senior year was very fun. So that's a pro. You really get to connect with people. Another pro is I genuinely got to find myself. I genuinely got to figure out who I was as a person. I got to figure out what I wanted to do in life. I finally got to figure out like the Jasmine of me, and that's what made me. I ended up creating a YouTube, because I finally figured out who I was, and I figured out what my calling was and what I needed to do with my life. And I felt like I needed to get to these young girls out here that I hope are watching, these young girls, and I want you guys to see me excelling and want to be an excellent, smart black girl as well. Smart black, white, Hispanic, anything. I want you guys to excel and be strong women, because I didn't see myself as a very strong woman back then. Now I'm such a strong person, because I went through so much that time, and just having to handle so much and having to mature so fast, it definitely made me strong. And I'm a different person because of graduating early, and I'm happy with who I've become. So I definitely like that it made me find myself. But the cons would definitely be that I wasn't so mature when I was making my decisions. So like, I wasn't making my decisions so my parents were helping me, and they weren't forcing me. So my parents did not force me to come here. I'm never gonna act like my parents forced me to come here. I chose to come here. Now, do I feel like I made the wrong decision? Yes. But I chose, and that's my problem. So now I gotta fix what the fuck I messed up. So, con is only that you're so young when you're doing it, you gotta make sure it's what you genuinely want to do, honey. If it's not, you just gotta make a mess of your life, and no one wants to make a mess of their life. Another con, if your school is unorganized, it's gonna be even more hell. My school was so unorganized, so it was hell at times, because they just didn't know what the fuck they were doing. They were fucking up my schedule. I almost wasn't able to graduate early because they fucked up one of my classes and almost fucked me over. But definitely make sure your school is organized. And overall, verdict, final verdict. I feel like I should do my final verdict and give my closing statements, kind of shit like that. I think my final verdict would definitely be yes to graduate early. If you are prepared, I would definitely tell you to do it. I wouldn't steer nobody away. I'm having the best time. Even though I don't have very many friends at NC, I'm still having the best time. I made a connection with my friend Naila, and you guys are gonna see her soon. And she is an amazing person. She's a really great person, and I love her so much. We have the best connection. I feel like we'll be friends forever. Like, I genuinely met someone that like I genuinely click with, and I wouldn't have met her if I would have went to FAMU. You know what I mean? I'm really happy that I met her. She's a good person, and she's an amazing YouTuber too. So y'all check her out and ask Naila. But yeah, I met Naila. I met my friend Jada, and she's a great person. Like, she doesn't even go to A&T. We met when she was gonna go to A&T, but she ended up not coming. And we stayed friends. Like, she lives in South Carolina. She doesn't even live in North Carolina, and we're still friends. I talk to her almost every other day. Like, that's my girl. That's my girl for real. And like, she's come and visit me before. We're supposed to be going to spring break together. Like, she's a great friend as well. And I only met her through A&T. So A&T created a lot of opportunities for me. Not opportunities, but I made some connections here. And overall, just making a decision to graduate early. I met some great people that I probably wouldn't have met if I would have stayed in Jacksonville for another year, if I went to FAMU or anything like that. So I feel like every decision that was ever made and everything that ever happened was well worth it in the end, because look where I am today. So if you are mature and you think that it's in your best interest to do, baby, graduate early. It'll be a great decision. But don't just hop into it. Really think about it. Really genuinely think about where you would want to go. Really talk to your parents about it and make that decision, because it's a big one. It's a very big one. It could really make or break you. So I think I should close this video out here. I hope I didn't ramble too much, and if you guys have any questions that I did not cover, please put them in the comment sections, because I will answer every question that I did not get in here. I know I rambled and I was kind of all over the place, so please ask me more questions. I'm willing to talk to you guys. Please hit me on Snapchat, hit me on Instagram, hit me on Snapchat, hit me on Instagram, hit me on Twitter. Ask me as many questions as you need to ask me, so you can get everything you need from me. So, because I'm willing to answer anything, give any guidance. I'm going to be making lots of school-related videos. I'm making videos on what scholarships to try and get, how to get scholarships, what to put, you know. I'm going to talk to you guys about should you or should you not come to A&T. I'm going to talk to you guys about so much, and there's so much coming. So just be prepared for great content coming soon. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you guys can keep up with my whole school series that I'm having. This is the first video of the school series, and I got another video I'm about to make right after this. So just keep on watching. And with that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. I don't know, I don't know if I should close it with my double heads, if I should close it with type shit, you know what I mean? I don't know, but I'll see y'all later.